You telling me this shit used to stand up to T-Rexes, bro? That's just crazy. These joints used to stand. I don't know if y'all can see, but that's a snake. That shit used to stand up to a T-Rex. That's crazy. But what's good, Durag gang? What's good, Durag Mafia? It's your boy Durag Dan, and I'm pretty sure y'all can already tell we're about to watch a video about snakes. So my man hit me up. No, not my man. That was in the other video. I was on YouTube and I was seeing that little shit. It was like something about sharks, and then this one popped up. It was like, what if the Titanoboa snake didn't go exist? And I actually be watching these joints on my own, so I'm about to watch it with y'all, so let's get right into it.
Can you immediately name the largest snake in the world? I'll give you a hint. This is the name of a very famous horror movie. Did you guess? Right, it's the anaconda. If we pair it with the largest crocodile, Cassius, weighing almost 1 ton, you can write a script for a new horror film. But these giants are just babies compared to those that once lived on Earth for a long time. Take, for example, Kronosaurus and Titanoboa. Once, these two predators were a threat to all life, both on land and in water. But what would happen if they still lived today? Could humanity survive, or would it be the end of us? Now, I'll tell you about the ancient monsters that terrorized everything in their path. You'll learn when and where these monsters lived, and then we'll bring them to the present. You'll see whether these giants will capture our world, and if people will be able to put up a fight. Something tells me that today it's going to be very hot. Before turning on the time machine, let's get to know our characters better. We'll start with Titanoboa. This ancient snake lived about 58 million years ago, and according to scientists...
So he about to talk about both of them? Ain't this video just about the fuck it.
For at least 10 million years, it was the largest predator on the planet. Its length reached 13 meters. Jesus Christ. Or 43 feet, and its weight exceeded a ton. Can you imagine this giant?
That's like the length of like...
If you laid 2 giraffes on the ground, then
that's the length of like 2.5 houses.
Be longer. Or you can just look at these 2 vertebrae. The model on the left belongs to the anaconda, and on the right, Titanoboa. It turns out that the largest snake living today is half the size of the ancient reptile. In width, the mega snake could reach 1 meter or 3 feet. It could easily swallow a young hippopotamus. True, in ancient times, there were no hippos.
My fault for pausing it, but that's crazy. Like, if y'all ever seen a hippo in person, that motherfucker big. Like, a hippo ain't something to be played with. Like, people be thinking these joints gentle and whatnot. They mind their business. That's what it is. They really be mind their business. But if this joint get mad at you, boy, they fat but they fast. They fat but they fast.
To eat fish, and this monster could be found in dark swamps and rivers. In addition to fish, it could feast on crocodiles. It was a sophisticated killer.
Crazy.
The giant monster attacked its victim and strangled it in its strong embrace. Then the snake swallowed it whole and digested it for a long time. The victim suffered a compression force comparable to 1.5 times the weight of the Brooklyn Bridge. So, put in numbers. That's 28 kilograms per square centimeter, 400 pounds per square inch. Even though the Kronosaurus was smaller in size, it was also a very bloodthirsty predator. Its wide-open mouth, full of many small teeth, speaks for itself. And the size of the predator is comparable to the dimensions of an orca,
Tetra was made to bite.
Killer whale. To be more precise, the Kronosaurus reached a length of more than 10 meters, or 33 feet, and its weight could reach up to 12 tons. In its appearance, it was remotely similar to a modern crocodile.
You not escaping. If that shit see you underwater, by the time you blink, you in heaven or hell. On God, you not escaping. Cuz said 33 feet in the water. What? And I thought a whale was big. And just imagine how fast that thing is. Bro, it's over.
Only in a very enlarged version. And even their bite strength is a close comparison. It was also a skilled swimmer that probably attacked its prey from the depths. Kronosaurus had a very powerful rib cage, 4 flippers, and a small tail. It literally gnawed at its victim, leaving no chance for survival. Kronosaurus couldn't have encountered Titanoboa.
I'm pretty sure I've seen teeth
and even
on that
perhaps
nigga's tongue.
Loved a different habitat. Kronosaurus could live in fairly cold southern seas, but Titanoboa loved a hot climate. But this didn't stop the two predators from instilling fear and
what if they linked? Like, what if those two who win in a fight?
Area. Now, let's imagine that these two monsters didn't die out and that they still peacefully coexist with us. Although, would it be peaceful? This is a big question. If Titanoboa survived to this day, it could well be found in the equatorial tropics. For example, Titanoboa would love the hot climate of Colombia or neighboring countries like Venezuela, Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, or Panama. Obviously, people would have to more carefully protect their
Jamaica.
I dare you before my maiden take and we never see it yet. So anybody see them lie, cause we never see it yet.
The intrusion of Titanoboa.
Hey,
however, it's unlikely that the snake could crawl unnoticed into a house. It would have no trouble knocking out a window or even breaking a door. Fortunately, this behavior is still unusual for snakes. But all the same, in order to protect themselves from intruders, people would have to surround their homes with high-voltage fences and keep a big stun gun under the pillow, just in case. In noisy messes, a huge snake
bitch, you gonna need a shotgun. What you talking about?
Only if the snake doesn't accidentally wind up somewhere under the heating main. A comfort that a reptile might appreciate. But food in the form of rats would hardly suit it. By the way, most likely she wouldn't be interested in people as a food source. In horror films, the anaconda often devours people. However, in reality, it rarely attacks a person. It can be assumed that its distant ancestor would also be indifferent to us. But for people, Titanoboa could be a welcome trophy. Any zoo in the world would dream of getting such a valuable specimen. And its skin would be a real hunt. People who catch these huge snakes would become real national heroes. As for the super snake diet, in our world it would find something to eat. Alligators, turtles, river dolphins would suit the giant in all respects.
That dolphin ugly as shit.
Animals on land would also have a hard time. Giant armadillos, manatees.
Oh yeah, they would love the manatees.
Jaguars,
boy, that's some good meat right there.
And Brazilian otters would be endangered. Sure, adults would be too big, so cubs and young animals are what they need. Titanoboa wouldn't mind eating fish, since it's a more familiar diet. As a result, the food chain would be broken. Some animals would probably migrate to safer areas. But the fauna of the forests of Amazonia would be greatly impoverished. Although insects and fungi would start to flourish and evolve. Very soon, there'd be no trace of the once lush vegetation. Kronosaurus would hardly have liked life in our condition either. In ancient times, even turtles were the size of a kitchen table. Eat just one and feel full all day. But such a monster would need about a dozen modern turtles. And then I still doubt it would be enough to eat. In addition to turtles, The ancient monster fed on Plesiosauria, but in our world, he'd have to look for an alternative. Most likely, it would switch to large marine mammals. It wouldn't be able to swallow a whale all at once, but in parts, then sure, it could eat it completely. Such a huge body would need tons of food. Like a giant meat grinder, it would sweep away everything in its path. People would suffer greatly due to a shortage of fish in the seas and oceans. Fishing itself would be very risky due to the existence of an underwater hazard.
Fuck no.
Ships would have to be built to be much more solid. And in the event of the extinction of whales, a climatic catastrophe would begin. There would be nothing to extract thousands of tons of carbon from the air. In the underwater depths, there would be a daily battle for life. Given the size of the monster and its ferocious disposition, there could only be one winner. We'd have to forget about tourism and sea traffic in the monster's habitat completely. This place would be marked on all maps in red, and anyone who dared to go there would practically write their own death sentence. If Titanoboa had the most valuable skin, then a Chronosaurus would have had its teeth. Small and sharp like a saw, they could cost more than the horns of a rhino. Today, they're one of the most expensive materials in the world. Their price is about $65,000 per kilogram.
How many money change a meal, G?
Shit, 65, you heard me?
What's your money on your shoes?
I mean, I walk to the money.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Money on my watch. I mean, time is money. Money on my phone. I mean, I talk to the money. Money on my chain. I mean, the money hang with me.
Already.
Money on my hat. That mean money on my mind. Money on my gray bandana. That mean the money on my mind. Money on my Kool-Aid. That mean my money sweet.
Oh yeah, G. What is on your shade, bro?
Shades. I mean, I see the money. You heard?
More expensive than gold. By the way, did you know that there's a danger of the return of extinct animals to Earth? I'm not joking right now. Scientists don't rule out the possibility. First of all, I'm talking about Titanoboa. There's speculation that it lived at a temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. That's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And given the growth rate of global warming, such average temperatures can become a reality. I'm glad it will take millions of years. Would you like to see ancient monsters with your own eyes?
Fuck no!
In the comments. If you like the video, be sure.
I would like to see them niggas with my own eyes, but in a cage that's secured, 100% secured, with a big lock and voltage surrounding it. And I got a gun. No, an assault rifle. Then I'll be happy to see one in person. I ain't fucking around with them joints. But man, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. I need to stay consistent. I already know that. I really am trying, but I'll be busy. But yeah, Durag gang, anybody that's subscribing, watching my videos, I really appreciate y'all like always. I wouldn't be doing these if it wasn't people out there fucking with me. So I do appreciate y'all. For the new people, like, comment, subscribe. You don't even have to like or comment. You don't have to. Just watch the video and subscribe. I appreciate you all. But yeah, man, it's your boy Durag Dan. I'm out. Peace.
I can't believe what they did, how they did us. One ain't good, man, it's time that I get up. But you can't live reckless when you know you chosen. I still do the live with my heart, came out frozen. I couldn't stay.